He told me honesty was everything, then used it to break me. It was 9:47 p.m. when Dylan told me he was leaving. No warning, no fight. No reason I could wrap my head around. We'd just finished watching some stupid crime documentary. The kind he always said was too dramatic, but ended up glued to anyway. I was half asleep, curled into his side, when he said it like he was commenting on the weather. I don't think I'm in love with you anymore. My heart didn't even break immediately. That's how surreal it was. I looked at him and laughed. Thought maybe it was a test or some twisted joke. He had that deadpan face he always used when teasing, but he didn't blink. I mean it, Nora. I've been thinking about this for a while. I sat up slowly. The warmth of his arm still lingered on my shoulder, which somehow made everything worse. I stared at him like he was someone I didn't know. Someone who hadn't just told me a week ago that I was his forever. You told me you loved me, I said, voice flat. I do, he said. I just don't feel it anymore. Not the way I should. Let me stop you right there. That sentence? Not the way I should? That's the kind of line that burrows into your brain and eats at you for months. It's vague, it's manipulative, and worst of all, it puts all the blame on your shoulders. Because now you're stuck thinking, am I the reason he didn't feel love anymore? Did I stop being enough? We'd been together almost 3 years, lived together, shared bills, beds, secrets, grief. He held me when my dad passed. I helped him through that month he lost his job and swore the world was out to crush him. I watched him cry in the shower when he didn't know I was home, but apparently none of that mattered now. I need to feel passion again, he added. I need to be honest with myself. Oh, honesty. His favorite shield. Dylan prided himself on being brutally honest. He said he hated people who faked smiles or said what others wanted to hear. But let's be real. Brutal honesty without empathy? That's just cruelty in disguise. I didn't cry. Not at first. I just froze. You're leaving tonight? He nodded like it was a business decision. I packed some stuff earlier. I'll come back for the rest later. The rest. As if we hadn't built this life together. As if everything else was just clutter he could sort through once he was done finding himself. I could have screamed. I could have begged. But the truth is, I was too tired to perform pain for a man who had clearly rehearsed his exit. He didn't just wake up and stop loving me. He planned this. He rehearsed what to say. Probably asked some friend for feedback to make it sound mature. You want to know what's really messed up? 2 nights before that, we had sex. Slow, intimate, the kind where you stay tangled in each other afterward, talking about future road trips and dumb bucket list ideas. He held me like I was the only woman who ever mattered. So either he lied that night, or he was lying now. Either way, I'm the one left cleaning up the emotional debris. For weeks after he left, I obsessed over every conversation we'd had. Was I too clingy? Did I stop being fun? Was it because I didn't want to move to Denver with him when he brought it up casually last fall? I even started asking my friends, do you think I pushed him away by being too comfortable? What kind of question is that? Why the hell have we normalized punishing stability in relationships? Why is it now considered brave to walk away from love just because it feels routine? Here's the thing. Dylan didn't leave me because we were broken. He left me because he was bored. And instead of facing his own restlessness, he wrapped it up in poetic phrases like emotional truth and losing the spark. He left under the guise of self-growth. But let's be honest. If your personal growth requires you to destroy someone who loved you deeply, maybe you're not growing. Maybe you're just escaping. The hardest part wasn't the heartbreak. It was realizing I gave my most raw, most human version of myself to someone who treated love like a podcast topic. Does love fade, or do we just stop trying? Is comfort the enemy of passion? He would ask shit like that over dinner, thinking he was being deep. But it wasn't depth. It was distance. And I didn't see it until it was too late. You know what really stings? A week after he left, I saw his new profile picture, smiling, hiking somewhere in Utah with that caption, choosing honesty over comfort. What he meant was, I chose my version of freedom over the person I once swore to fight for. So here I am. No grand closure, no dramatic meltdown. Just a quiet, painful reset of my entire life. But I've learned something. Love isn't always about being honest. Sometimes it's about being responsible with the truth. Because truth without compassion? That's just ego in disguise. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think people should leave relationships when the spark fades? Or is that just selfish? Is brutal honesty really healthy? Or is it just an excuse to hurt someone without guilt? And lastly, have you ever been with someone who used honesty as a weapon? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get real about what love actually means.